Hey guys, it's Kells here today, and I am back with another bonus 7-day challenge. It's Kells Collective video. Now, you guys know that we finished up our 7-day challenge yesterday, where I went live 7 days in a row, taking your dating drama, your dating tea, your dating comments, your dating questions, anything you wanted to know about dating. You guys emailed into my It's Kells Collective at Gmail box. And I went through and I picked the most juiciest ones. I picked the most interesting ones to read for you guys and do off the cuff, off the dome, candid reactions. And not only my reactions, but the reactions of everybody tuned in here to the It's Kells Collective community. But I am back at it again with another video. We are here again with a new bonus video because I received an epic comment that I needed to bring to you guys, because I needed to read you the full comment, let you know what they think are the biggest issues hindering Black women on the open market dating scene. And I wanted to give you guys my little feedback too. And I wanted you guys to let me know what your thoughts are too. But let me tell you something. You might have to go get a cup of tea, a little snack or something, because when I say this comment is epicness, all right? You see my cup? You like my cup? Can you read that? It might be backwards to y'all. Anyway, so get your little cup of tea, get your little snack, cause this comment is like lit and we're gonna have to go through it. Also, you guys need to go ahead and smash that subscribe button. You need to go ahead and smash that like button, because I mean, which collective you know more lit than the Iskels collective? I'll wait. Exactly. So go ahead and hit the like, hit the hit the like, hit the subscribe. Done with the bullshit. 2018 says, nah, girl, I'm sipping beer with mine. LOL. Okay, well, I'm over here with my tea. Okay, this green tea. Yes. Okay. So, okay, as you guys know, like I'm kind of trying a little bit to wait to see if a little bit more people come in here, but I'm about to start because I mean, I really want to get into this comment because it is absolutely hilarious. You guys know that I was trying to figure out a way to make it up to you guys that Saturday's day 6 of the It's Kells Collective video was it was a little short. It was a little short. It was about Friday night's in. It was because I had a guest in town this weekend, and I needed to do a little entertaining outside of the collective. So yeah. Oh, hey, Lavita, you caught me live. Hey, girl. Oh, when you come in, announce yourself so I can give you a shout out. So but today is a hey, Carmel sister. Is it my comment, girl? I'm drinking water. Yes, sis, it's your comments. We're gonna get into it because I thought that comment was epic. Now, mind you, I get hundreds of comments a day, hundreds of comments a day. But when I read your comment, I was like, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Clutch his pearls. Hold on. Wait. I was feeling that comment a little bit and I wanted to get into it a little bit further. And I'm so glad that you're here. Everybody in watching the live, Carmel's sister is the one's comment that we are going to address tonight, because I thought it was an interesting topic, especially for the bonus video, the bonus live of the 7-day challenge. This is day 8, girl. I am going live 7 days in a row, and this is day 8. And Carmel Sister's question is the reason why I'm on for day 8. In addition to, I wanted to find a way to make it up to you guys. That I've been a little bit like, my last couple videos were a little rough just because I was juggling a lot of things. But we're back. It's Sunday night. You probably cooking. Hey, Prince Anthony, what's up? What's up, babe? You know, you're probably cooking. If you're cooking, put this on the TV, put it on the big screen. Let's talk about it. Get you a cup of tea. Some of y'all got beer. I got my tea here because it's Sunday night and I am getting prepared to go back in on Monday. So, also, as I said, which collective more lit than the Iskels collective? I'll wait. None. So hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, help me get noticed in this big wide world of YouTube. And if you're enjoying the series, absolutely hit the like so I know which of the topics, which videos you guys like the most, so I can make sure to talk about it the most. Also, if you haven't emailed me, like, what are you waiting for? Like, seriously, like, you like totally need to like just go ahead and like email me. Like, yeah. Hey, Prince Anthony, what are you talking about? LOL, it's lit, right? So go ahead, email me. We back at it again with another video, bonus video. extra day 8 going live for you guys. So you with your red wine. Lavita says she's with her red wine. Yes. Okay. So shall we get started? Shall we get started on the reasons that are hindering black women on the open market? The reasons that are hindering black women on the dating scene? The real reasons? Ciao. This comment though, Carmel sister. And it seems like you've done your research. I love a commenter who actually looks like they've done their research and clap back on these trolls very educated like, because I be clapping back and just telling them the most ridiculous stuff because I get so many comments per day. I get exhausted with trying to educate these fools. So when I was seeing Carmel's sisters, hey Bridget, come on in, girl. How are you? When I was seeing Carmel's sister, I get like hundreds of comments a day, but when I saw that she was commenting back in a very like intellectual way, I said, yes, girl, I might be here for it. I might be here for it. But your clapbacks are, Carmel's sister says, thank you. I got mad clapback. But your clapbacks are legit, like, educated. My clapbacks in the beginning were educated, but now they just like, listen, I will tell you anything I feel like telling you because you're on my channel commenting. Why are they even in our space to begin with? They just want attention. A lot of times it's trolls that in real life they would never even be able to come within 10 feet of your shadow, much less speak to you. But on the internet they feel like, oh, I get to speak to this person in any kind of way, when in real life they couldn't even brush against your damn shadow. You hear me? So sometimes I talk back to them and sometimes I don't. Well, all right. So anyway, get your wine, get your tea, get your snacks. If you're cooking, go ahead, put this on the TV while you're cooking, because I know it's Sunday night, so y'all should probably be meal prepping. But we're gonna get into this bonus video. This is day 8. This is not day 7. Yesterday was day 7 of the It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge, where I went live 7 days in a row. But today is day 8, and we have a bonus video just because you guys are litty lit. So go ahead, subscribe and like. Hey Sparkles 1260, what you saying? Hey, new to your channel, loving your work from the UK. Hey sis, you all right? You all right, sis? Yeah, thanks for joining. All right. Okay, a strawberry Rita. Okay, only 4% alcohol. Okay. And in the UK, you're 5 or 6 hours ahead, girl. So this is pretty late for you. It's about midnight. Thanks for joining. Okay, guys, we are going to get started. Let me give you a little backstory, okay? So I get a lot of comments per day, especially on my newer videos, because as you start pumping out content, like you start getting increased visibility on what you're saying. So you guys know I'm talking about dating scene and dating drama, dating tea, taking all your comments in the It's Kells Collective Gmail box and the like. So I saw some emails in the Gmail box, but they're a little bit more tamed. But looking at my comments today, I saw Karma's sister, who's in with us today. If you see her, she's in the comments. Number 8 is your favorite. Okay. So I saw her comment come back, and it was in response to one of the kind of more weaker trolls that usually be in my inbox all the time. You're knackered, but you're trying to stay awake. Thanks, sis. I appreciate it, Sparkle. She's in the UK, guys. Okay, so I saw this comment come in, and I wanted to react. Now, Carmel sister, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to agree with everything you said here, but I did want to react to it. And I wanted you guys' feedback too. So do me a favor. There's a bunch of you in here tonight. There is no being quiet and just lurking on the videos tonight. Tonight is a bonus video, so I want y'all to turn up in these comments and let me know your feedback as I walk through Carmel sister's comments on the real reasons hindering black women on the open market, the real reasons black women are hindered, quote unquote hindered, in the dating scene. All right, so let me jump into her comment, and then I'll jump into my feedback, and then we'll jump into the comments. Okay, we'll do it in that order. Okay, so here's my laptop. She says, it was a string of comments, so hopefully this isn't relatively okay that it's in, hopefully this makes sense, that it's a little bit outside of context, but I think you'll get it. What happened was, one of the trolls, I'll give you a little backstory. One of the trolls was trying to suggest that until women lower their standards, he was suggesting that one of the fake ass pseudo intellectual hotep gentleman here on YouTube, that I go watch one of his videos where he gave a great interview about why black women can't find decent men of their caliber. And he basically says that most black women refuse to date a great guy who has a regular job. And so we need to lower our standards. He's talking a little bit nonsensical because, you know, it's a troll and they be writing in all caps and all kind of craziness. So he's basically saying that we should lower our standards to get one of those just give a brother a chance type ninjas. You know them. Just give me a chance. I don't really got my ish together, but we could build together. You know what I'm saying? One of them dudes. So I was like, and then he said something about me being single forever. So I was like, oh, I'm single. You sure? Yeah, you're positive about that? Okay. LOL. Cause I didn't say, like, as I said on my lives a couple times, I didn't tell you I was single. I didn't tell, he has no game. He's not really bringing nothing to the table. Prince Anthony is says so. He was trying to basically he's one of these dudes that's always trying to convince a woman to lower her standards so he can have an opportunity instead of him stepping his game up and getting his life together and being a provider and protector. Anyway, so that's what his comment was about. And so he was saying that women are always gonna black women are gonna be struggling or whatever. So here come Carmel's sister with her little comment that I'm gonna read to you guys. Carmel sister, you said you like number 8 the best, but I only see 1 through, what do I see on here? I see 1 through 5. So you're gonna have to put in the comments what your number 8 is or whatever like that, because I don't see that many. I don't see number 8. Anyway, so she says, and he also said that women need to stop looking at guys with like advanced degrees like how they have. So Carmel's sister comment is this. She says, I'll agree about the degrees, which means not exactly looking for a man that has the same amount of degrees as you. So if you have like a master's or something, some advanced degree. Hey, Sheena, what's up, Sheen? Florida in the building. Hey, you guys, let me know where you're calling from. We got somebody. We got Sparkle from the UK in the building. We got Sheena from Florida. Let me know where you guys are at, and we're not being quiet in the comments tonight, ladies, because and gentlemen, because we always have a bunch of guys in here because it's gonna be a real lively discussion. Hey, you from Florida? Hey, 2 people from Florida. Okay, so she says I'll agree about the degrees, but not about salary. I might mess up this word. Hey, Tish from Texas. Hypergamous women are less likely to divorce. Right. So hypergamous women, so hypergamous means that when you are in the dating scene or when you're trying to use your relationships, your intimate relationships to elevate your social standing. So similar to how like Meghan Markle got engaged to Prince Harry, and so she's elevating her standards from a commoner to somebody who is now going to be married into the royal family. What's up, Bridget in San Antonio? Someone who's going to be married into a royal family. That is hypergamous behavior. And so Carmel Sister says hypergamous women are less likely to divorce. She didn't put any links to any studies about that, but that's something that I've heard casually that had to be true. So I don't know about that. So she says, I'll agree about the degrees, but not about the salary. Hypergamous women are less likely to divorce. Reason why black women struggle in the dating scene are, and she has like 5 things here. She says, number 1, being exclusive to black men, or they date one race of men. I've even seen swirlers date only white men, which decreases their chances of a mate. So she's talking about being too exclusive in race. 2, the location they live and refuse to move when it's more feasible. Sometimes they live in a multi-ethnic city, but only shop and lounge in the black parts of the city. That's her number 2. Okay. Number 3, travel and language. This is one people don't really talk about in blogs or articles, especially language. Oh, excuse me. Language barrier can keep a man from pursuing a woman. Language barrier can keep a woman from positioning herself in a place where she'll be approached by a man who doesn't speak her primary tongue. The amount of black Americans who have their passports is heartbreaking. I don't now you know on my channel how much we talk about travel, so I'm gonna leave that there, and I'll continue with her list, and then I'll go bit by bit to tell you my feedback. Number 4, style. This includes hair, makeup, clothes, and accessories. I've talked privately to men of other races, and this is very important. It's not a big deal. Wait, I'm sorry. It's not as big of a deal about hair color, texture, or weave. It's more about the way black women style their hair. With clothing, it's more important to have fabric that isn't sloppy on their bodies, as well as great material. Clothing brand isn't as important, just needs to be well made. The more natural her makeup is in her skin tone, the better. Number 5, weight. While there are some black women who can pull any man no matter her weight, She will only attract a certain caliber. What's up, Chrissy from Arizona? While, let me say that again because I'm shouting y'all guys out and reading at the same time. Thing. Number 5, weight. While there are some black women who can pull any man, no matter her weight, she will only attract a certain caliber. These are the real reasons that hinder black women in the open market. Okay? That was her list, number 1 through 5. Now, Carmel sister, you're in the comments right now. You said you had number 8 and all of this. I don't know where you're coming up with 8, but that's what I see in this comment right here. So if you have some more to add to that list, jump in the comments right now and let me know the top reasons, the real reasons why black women are hindered on the dating market. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look in the comments right quick and see what you guys are saying, and then I'm gonna go point by point on this list, this 5 list, real reasons why black women are hindered on the dating market, and I'm gonna give you my opinion of it. So let me see where you guys are coming from, and let me see what you guys are saying so far in the comments. No being quiet tonight, guys. This is a bonus. Let me tell y'all something. This is a bonus 7-day collective. Excuse me, look at me messing up. This is a bonus It's Kells Collective. It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge. This is day number 8. I have gone live 8 days in a row, and this is a bonus video just because I love you guys and I want you guys to be like, dang, this girl going hard. We are going hard. Which collective is more real, more lit than the It's Kells Collective? As I said, I'll wait. None. So smash that like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe and let me know in the comments. No lurking tonight. Jump in the comments. Do 2 things. Announce yourself, and 2, chime in. What are the real reasons that black women are hindered on the dating market? I just gave you a list of 5 that I'm going to go back from Carmel's sister, who is in here tonight. So let her know if you agree with her or you disagree or you have something to add to the list. And I'm going to go through her list here and let you guys know what I think is true and valid and what my experience has been as a black woman. All right, let me see what you guys are saying in the comments right quick. Okay. All right. Prince Anthony said, that's okay. Y'all gonna school them today. That's about the trolls. Hey, for we got somebody from Florida, Tish from Texas in here. No, I meant 8. I meant 8, my favorite number, and today is 8 of your day. Oh, I feel you, Carmel sister. So you're saying, okay, so see, I'm doing today, 8's your favorite number, and I'm doing your comment on the bonus day of the 7-day collective, day number 8. So good looking out, girl. That's what's up. Thank you for commenting and correcting these trolls in my comments when I get exhausted with it. Okay. Bridget from San Antonio. True, I don't discriminate. Men are men. Okay. Let me see. Orlando, Kenyon Crosby. Hey, Kells, Orlando is home for me. She knows something. I want to travel. I think number 2, Bridget Denise says, I think number 2 is true. Done with the BS says he's filling out his passport now, going to Dominican Republic and Mexico this upcoming year. That's what I'm talking about. Chrissy's from Arizona in the comments. All right. 8 is her favorite number. Carmel's sister is the one who wrote the comments. So you guys let her know what you think. I think it also has to do with the cultural and societal ideals of beauty. And beautiful black women aren't always well represented. Lavita Bell, hey girl, thanks for coming back. That was her opinion. Especially not as much as white and Asian women. Okay. My name is Kells Prince. And Almandi says, hey Kells, what's up, Almandi? Okay. So that's what you guys are saying now. Let me jump into number 1. She says being exclusive. So she says the number 1, this is her list. The number 1 reason black women are hindered in the dating market, being exclusive to black men, or they date one race of men. I've even seen swirlers date only white men, which decrease their chances of a mate. So hey Bria, I don't necessarily, I don't know if I disagree with this. I do find that we always point out that black women need to date outside of their race, or that black women are too exclusive to black men. But we never say that about Asian women. We never say that about white women. We never say that about Hispanic women. We never say that about African women. Why do we point out and bring up that black women are the ones that need to push their men aside? Why do we do that? Why do we play into that? No one ever tells a white woman, y'all need to date outside of your race. No one ever, where do you hear an Asian woman, where do you hear them telling Asian women, y'all need to date outside your race? You don't hear that, right? So we need to be very, very, very careful about the advice that we are receiving and internalizing. And essentially, what is that saying? That potentially our black men are not good enough and that we should date outside of a race? Think about that. Another thing is, I do understand why they say, on the contrary to that, I do understand why they say black women should date outside of their race, is because that there's this notion that that black men don't want their women, or black men aren't good enough for their women, or black men are dating outside of their race at massive numbers. There's a huge exodus of black love, and so black women should do the same, and all of those things are completely fabricated, self-defeating notions that we need to be very careful of internalizing, right? Because in actuality, the vast majority of black men marry and date black women. So if the reason why you're saying to black women are you need to date outside of your race is because you're thinking black men are doing that on some mass number, statistically that's not exactly accurate. What is more accurate is that most people, most races of people, every race of people primarily date and marry somebody within their own race, right? So be careful about what statistics and things people throwing out to get you spooked about your own race. Okay. And as black people, we need to be very careful about the conversations that are happening around our culture, because a lot of these conversations are defeating conversation masquerading as something that is positive, right? So expand your horizons. Don't be so limited. Think outside of the blocks. Date outside of your race. You're thinking, oh, somebody's trying to elevate you, but in reality, they might be trying to, under the cover, tell you that your race is not good enough. Okay? So be careful. Now, with that said, you guys know I've dated my fair share of white guys. Like, I have no problem, dating outside of my race. I date who I like, not abided by any kind of preconceived notions of who I should be with, right? So the pendulum for me swings both ways on that one. I could say, be careful. Don't let anybody tell you that your race is not good enough for you and that you can't find exactly what you're looking for, high standards and all within your race, right? I'm going to tell you that. But I can also tell you that you don't have to be stuck in anything. If it's not serving you, chuck deuces on it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So it's up to you. That is free will. That's the liberty that we have to live in America, which, land of the free, and or to be, still living in this age where women have liberties and men have liberties as well. Right. So it's saying date outside of your, her first one was like, black women are too exclusive to black men. Another thing that I want to say about this point, her point number one with the race dating issue, is that it's not essentially that black women are not dating white men or not open to white men or Spanish men or Asian men or men outside of their immediate race and culture. It's, you might be in a place that those type of men are not necessarily interested in you. So you're not dating yourself. Like, dating takes at least two people, right? So for somebody to say, well, black women don't date outside of their race enough, outside of their race needs to be interested in you as well. It kind of takes more than one person to date, right? So what you can say is black women need to be maybe open to dating outside of their race, or position themselves in places where they can be found by men who are a different race than them, or put, location, be in some place other than, where they normally are, where, it's all black, only black people there, and they can have more opportunity to date outside of their race. That makes more sense than black women don't date outside of their race too much. They stuck to black men too much, because every culture sticks to their race when it comes to love and marriage and dating. So don't denigrate black women for doing what every woman on the face of the earth does. Okay. So that's what I'll say about number one. And let me add one more thing to that. As I said on a couple of my lives, this channel is about this channel as a whole. Now, this series is specifically about dating. Y'all know that. But this channel as a whole is about dating, travel, and lifestyle. And you guys know I am a huge advocate for the Black travel movement, Black and abroad, travel noir. All of these are movements for Black American primarily, but Black people in general globally, to travel to other places in the world, to understand your perception, your reception, how people treat you, how people receive you, how you feel in different parts of the world, particularly Americans, because we have a very, I want to say myopic, and hopefully that's the right word, bear with me, myopic understanding of our place in this world. And not only Black people, I think white Americans have the same very closed understanding of who they are in this world. But when you travel, you have a bigger global picture of who you are and your perceived value by other people. And I think it's important for Black Americans, particularly, to get your passport and travel. You don't got to go over the ocean, like some of us do. You get there, but you can at least go to Toronto. You can at least go to Mexico. You can at least go to like someplace in the Caribbean and start, someplace in Central America that's not too far, to start feeling your way out in this world. And that will essentially help you with the being more open to dating outside of your immediate culture. So that's number one, right? That's me addressing her number one, which is being too exclusive to Black people. All right. Hey, Kenny H. Okay. I want to continue, but I see y'all going hard in the comments. Okay, I'm going to go to number two, and then I'm going to pause for a second and then read the comments. Okay, so number two, she says the location they live in. So what we're doing is we're going through a list of 5. For those of you who just joined us, because I see a lot more people on the live now. What I did was I had an epic comment from Carmel's sister, who is live with us tonight. She's in the comments, and she gave us a list of 5 reasons the real reasons that hinder Black women on the open dating market. And so her first one was being too exclusive to Black men, and her second one is the location they live and refuse to move when it's more feasible. Sometimes they live in a multi-ethnic city, but they only shop and lounge in the Black parts of the city. Again, I have the same point with this. Sometimes as Black people, I got some itch right here. Sometimes as Black people, we're asked, especially Black Americans, and this is why race conversations are slightly nonsensical, because as Black people, we are asked to do things that no other race is asked to do to move in this world, and it can come off as microaggressions, right? So she's pointing out here that first she pointed out that we date exclusively to Black men, but so does every other race. They date primarily exclusively to who they are. Then number 2, and I already talked about that. If you late to the live, you're gonna have to watch it when we post this up. Number 2 is location. They refuse to go anywhere, move anywhere, or if they live in a multi-ethnic city, they only shop and lounge in the Black parts of town. Can't that be said of other races as well? Don't white people primarily shop and lounge in white parts of town? Don't Hispanic people primarily shop and lounge in Hispanic parts of town? Or Asian people, if they could find their community? Indian people, Pakistani people, Chinese people, Vietnamese people, Korean people. Where do they be at? Exactly where the rest of the Africans, you see if one Nigerian move in, next year 50 Nigerians live over there. Every culture does that and builds a community. So sometimes as Black people, we are asked to do things or expected to try to transfigure and transform ourselves into something that is slightly unrealistic, right? So she's saying here, you too much in the Black parts of town, or you shop too much in the Black parts of town. So I'm gonna, so be careful with, trying to transform yourself into something that's unrealistic. But also, I can agree with this. You know what I mean? I can agree with this. And I'm huge right now. What I've been working on is making sure putting myself in the right place at the right time. And you guys know I just did a video about that. It's like location, location, location. If I know that I want to date this caliber of man, and I say he's not going to be at Marvin's on U Street, or he's not going to be at Ben's Chili Bowl on U Street. He's going to be at the Willard Hotel near the White House, or he's for happy hour, or he's going to be at Kith and Kin for happy hour on the Southwest waterfront. And so that's where I'm going to position myself. That's where I'm going to go. And typically when you go to those places, you will see Black people, but you will also see white people and Hispanic people and Asian people. And you will see people of different races, but maybe more of the caliber you're looking for. Right? So on one hand, be careful not to ask Black people to do something that you would never ask any other race to do, like, well, don't hang out where your people be at. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, do think about, is this hindering your dating? Is this making your struggle, your dating, your dating life struggle life? You know what I mean? Are you being too in the Black part of town that, then you don't end up dating or running into anybody else, or you're always, running into like Pookie them and Tyrone and them, and they not checking for you and you're not checking for them. All right. So those are her first 2. I'm going to jump in the comments right quick, and then we're going to get into her last three. Okay, so we are not being quiet tonight. We are on this day 8 bonus day of the Kells Collective 7-day challenge, day 8, for Carmel Sisters' comment on the real reasons Black women are hindered, stifled, just dying on the dating scene. Guys, don't believe that. Don't believe that. Struggling, all is on the dating scene. And so we've gone through her first two. The first one was being too exclusive to Black men. The second one was being too exclusive to Black locations and Black shopping places. And so those were her first two, and I just addressed them. I'm gonna jump into the comments, and then we are going to get into her last three. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying in these comments. All right, and while you're here, subscribe and hit that like button. We're going hard for this 7-day challenge. We're on day 8. All right, let me see what you guys are saying in these comments. Here we go. Let me scroll back. Okay. All right, so Lavita says, definitely agree that the passport and language barrier can only help Black women in the dating scene. You guys know I love Italy. If you want your ego stroke, Black ladies, go to Italy. Go to Milan or Rome, and don't go over there looking sloppy and crazy. Like, do some research on YouTube first to see what the fashions and the looks are like, and then go over to Italy, and you will be like, damn, I'm a baddie. Like, I'm bad. I'm Beyonce. Like, you will really think that you're like Beyonce or like Kelly Rowland or somebody like So try that if you really want to travel and you're open to traveling huge, like overseas. Oh, my lipstick is like fading. Okay. Chrissy G says, when you travel outside of the US, you will understand just how untrue that statement happens to be. Black women need to travel internationally. I agree. As I said, you guys know that's what one of the platforms of this channel is, a Black travel movement, travel noir, Black and abroad. I'm down for all of that. Studying abroad. I have a video on here about 8 ways you can move overseas, 8 ways you can move to Europe. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about that, go into my videos and go search for that one, 8 ways to move to Europe. Okay. Prince Anthony says, all I want, Black woman, all I want is a Black woman. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm going abroad to explore Jamaican and African women. Hope they look like you, Kells. Thank you, boo. Yes, I'm Black, so you gonna see Black women that look like me, I guess. Kenny H says, the reason Black women are hindered in the market is because the aesthetics of Black race has been presented as unattractive, so much so that it even affects the way we as Black people see ourselves. So what does that mean? Oh gosh, I'm stammering. So what does that mean? So we don't even see our own beauty. So our beauty has been denigrated so much so European standards of beauty have been pushed out, marketed, sold as the ideal for so long that the only parts of Black people that are seen as beautiful are the parts of Black people that reflect a more European standard, and that we've internalized that and kind of been psychologically damaged by that perception that our beauty, our wide noses, our big lips, our big old foreheads, or our kinky curly hair, or our big behinds, or our body shape, or something like that are not seen as beautiful. Is that what you're saying, Kenny? Do you guys agree with that? Vita says, yes, I agree, Chrissy. I'm saying that the passport and other languages will help Black women open a new world of connections, including dating. Okay. And the ladies are agreeing. And then Levita says, yes, Kelly, yes, Kenny, it's sad. Well said, Kelly. I'm glad you're putting this into social context that we're living in. We have to get better at reading through the propaganda. So what Kenny is saying is that I had warned you guys that certain things that we talk about on this channel, or certain things that you see in the media, or certain statistics that are thrown out, or certain recommendations that are made to the Black community can be slightly unrealistic or have self-loathing undertones to it. So when you, for instance, be careful, because when you say, oh, Black women need to date outside of their race, are you saying that Black men aren't good enough for Black women? Are you saying that Black women aren't good enough for Black men? Are you saying that you can't find what you're looking for? Are you saying that Black men don't really want Black women? Like, there could be some sort of detrimental or self-loathing undertones to that, right? Do you ever ask white women? Do you ever hear anyone saying to white women, you should date outside of your race? Or Spanish women, you should date outside of your race. Or Asian women, you guys need to be more open to dating outside of your race. No one ever tells the other cultures of women to do that, but yet people stay telling black women to do that. Why? What's the real reason? Be careful. You know what I mean? Like, don't let people, cloud your understanding. Now, on the other hand of that, you guys know that I am open to dating wherever you feel good, you date there. You know what I mean? We're free and at liberty to do that. But be careful not to internalize these negative views of blackness when you take this advice that they don't give to any other culture. Okay, so Belinda Joy, I agree. Don't use stats as justifications for your belief. Because they can be skewed. Absolutely. Carmel Sister, it doesn't mean to exclude black men, but to include others. Life is short. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Include where you feel good. Put yourself in social situations that allow your horizons to be expanded. I agree with that. But be careful not to use it to denigrate your own race. Right? Okay. So Done with BS says, my only issue with black men is that I can never find a quality one. Every professional black man that I have met just wants to hook up with me, but marry a non-black woman. Okay. The white men I have dated have been professionals, homeowners, and financially stable. But when black men are in the same position, they go elsewhere. Is that true? It might be. But Linda Joy says, you are absolutely correct. Quality black men can't always be found in every city, and when they are, there can 50 black women for that one man. Okay, so this is reasons, I guess, to be open to dating outside of your race. Not because your race is not good enough, but because maybe the numbers are not necessarily where you need them to be. Okay. Bridget Denise says, I think a lot of black women have never tried dating outside of their race. As I said, it's not only about you dating outside of your race, but it's also about you being in a place where men of other races feel comfortable and confident dating you. You can't date yourself. You could tell a black woman to be date outside her race all you want, but who's she gonna date if the other races are not interested in dating her? So that's another reason why moving and being in different locations are to be thought about in this case as well. Done with the BS says, Belinda, and they know it. They know that they are in high demand, and they stay single to keep multiple black women in rotation. Shaking my head. That's why I date white men as well. I can't pronounce your name because it looks like you have a Eastern European, maybe Russian type name. But it says, hello, Kells, another powerful bid. Keep up the great and inspiring work and continue such as important dialogue. All the best, Felix. Oh, hey, Felix, what's up? Kenny says, also, there is a huge number of nationalities that constitute black men. All right. So we're not only talking about black American men, we're talking about black Caribbean men, we're talking about Afro-Latino men, we're talking about men from Africa. We have black European men like French men. We have black Australian men. We have black men. Black is not only one, it's not a small category. It is a massive category. So be aware of that as well. Belinda Joy says, just because a man is white doesn't make him right. They cheat, can be cheap, can be liars. I still say date whoever you want. Carmel's sister says, interesting perspective. You guys are talking. Right. So you guys are going back and forth in the comments, but let me jump back into number 3 and 4. Okay. Let me see. Let me jump back in here. Here we go. Okay, so her number 3 is reasons why black women are hindered are travel and language. This is one people don't really talk about in blogs or article, but we're going to talk about it tonight. Especially language. Language barrier can keep a man from pursuing a woman. Language barrier can keep a woman from positioning herself in a place where she'll be approached by a man who doesn't speak her primary tongue. The amount of black Americans who have their passports is heartbreaking. Okay, so again, advocate for travel. We're done on that platform. But language barriers. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. That you guys may or may not know if you travel a lot. When you travel places, majority of people speak English. Majority of people speak English, okay? Other countries, they are taught, because English is primarily the business language. We're extremely fortunate in this country that we are born with English as our first language, because the majority of the business world operates in English, okay? The idea that travel and language is a barrier is definitely a legitimate issue, but you will find as you start to travel that a lot of people have a good command of the English language, even when you think you're in a place that they might not be, but especially if you stick to the touristy parts of town. Like, I do know that there's some places like France and Italy, and clearly there's going to be like a billion other places as well, that they don't teach English in their schooling system. So when you go there, the men are trying to talk to you in their language, and you don't have you don't know what they're saying, and they don't have what you know what you're that you can't communicate basically. But so it becomes like a bit of a hurdle. So I can agree with that, is that the language barrier, particularly if you're traveling to date. Now, if you're in your home country, I don't see how there would be a language barrier. Even when I went to like Mexico City, there wasn't that much of a language barrier, because most people speak English. Most people speak English in this world, especially when you're going to the more traveled tourist destinations. If you're someplace off the beaten path, then maybe you'll run into places where people don't learn English or aren't familiar with it. But for the most part, where you're going to be traveling, especially as newer travelers, they're going to know English. Okay. And then, to this point, maybe that's a reason for us to be multilingual. Maybe that's a reason for us to really learn Spanish and French and Italian and learn other languages. Or if we come from someplace like Ghana and our parents speak Tree, to make sure that you're speaking Tree in the home. Or if your parents are Haitian and you speak Creole, make sure you're learning Creole and teaching it, to your family, so that we can have that polyglot, speak more than one language. So that's what I would say. But with all that being said, even if language barriers are a reason that hinder Black women on the dating market, I would say still travel, because they still know English, and still maybe use it as an opportunity to potentially study abroad, to learn a new language, and to expand your horizons and make yourself more marketable. So it might be an opportunity masked as a hindrance. So that was her number 3. Okay, so then her number 4, style. This includes hair, makeup, clothes, and accessories. Hair, makeup, clothes, and accessories. I've talked privately to men of other races, and this is very important. Let me see. It's not as big of a deal about hair color, texture, or weave. It's more about the way Black women style their hair. With clothing, it's more important to have fabric that isn't sloppy on their bodies, as well as great material. Clothing brand isn't as important, just needs to be well made. The more natural her makeup is in her skin tone, the better. Okay, so let's talk about hair. Okay, because people, as I said yesterday, people love to think that they have authority to criticize or critique or to speak about a Black woman's beauty regime, and or to ask her about her regime. What do you, what's that? Is that real? Is that fake? What are you wearing? What are you doing? What are you this? And I don't really like that. I think we need to lay off of Black women and their beauty and their style, and not think that you have the authority to critique or to talk about a Black woman's beauty or style, especially when you're trying to especially if you're trying to denigrate it against like a European standard. And I'll say that, but on the other hand, I was out this weekend quite a bit, and I was really paying keen attention to what they were wearing, because I love fall and winter fashion. And so I pay a lot of attention to what's in the magazines. I pay a lot of attention to what people actually have on. I was out for brunch at this really popular brunch place today, and I was looking at the women, and the women with their hair, and some of us really need to tighten up. You know what I mean? Some of us really need to tighten up. It is, when you're on the dating scene, it's not about what you think is beautiful. It's not all about that. It's, yes, you want to have good self-esteem and you want to feel good about yourself. But if you're on the dating scene, you're marketing yourself. you are marketing yourself. And marketing 101, human centered design, marketing 101 is not, you're not giving a product to somebody and forcing it to them. You're making the product appeal to some a market, and then the person will come and purchase it if they see the value in it. So on some level, yeah, the way you carry your hair, like not everybody, if you have dreadlocks in your hair, no, neat, pretty, all that, the tips are brown and the base is black and they pretty and they all that, you're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. If you got your natural fro out and it's glistening and you looking like Davina Bennett on the Miss Universe stage from Jamaica with your fro out and it's popping and glinting in the sunlight and you love it, perfect, great. But you're limiting yourself. You're absolutely limiting yourself. So you do have to understand what has mass appeal on a global level, what has massive, or not even if you're not looking globally, but what has more appeal across the different demographics of men, right? In terms of, so that's hair, clothes, makeup, and style. The gentleman that I was with this weekend, he was making a comment that I had on like just one little nice little bracelet, and then he was like, he was looking at my arm and my bracelet. He's like, "Oh, I love your bracelet." And then he specifically said, "Oh, some black women will have bracelets up to here, so much so that I'd be wondering how they even clean that part of their arm." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of tacky." And he's like, "Yeah." You know what I mean? So they notice when you're over accessorizing. They notice when your hair is a whole bunch of different colors with a little peacock bang and a bang over one eye, and then you looking at them like this with the other eye. They notice that comes across as ghetto. You know what I mean? I have on big earrings today, but they're big because I want them to be big, but they're slightly minimalist because I don't want them big old door knocker earrings because I don't want to come across as ghetto, and plus I don't like that style. When I wear my makeup, yes, I wear popping lipsticks. My nails are popping, my eyeshadows are popping, but I keep it very simple on my style, very simple on everything else because I'm trying to balance my style with what's actually elegant and what will appeal across a mass audience. So you have to be aware of that as black women, is that it's not saying don't have your personal style. I'm not saying that. Not saying that your personal style doesn't stack up to European standards of beauty. Not saying that. Not saying anything of that, but saying that there is an elegance that you're trying to evoke. And if you want to wear African print or Kente print, by all means do that. But look at an African city here on YouTube and see how those women there's a YouTube channel called An African City. See how those women dressed in their traditional garb and how they mix very elegant styles with their very traditional styles to make this new kind of this neo African contemporary elegant look. That's what you're trying to do. So you're trying to bring elegance and style and classic pieces in with your personal sense of style, not always wearing the most or doing the most or wearing rhinestones with rubies, with glitter, with the glit stick lipstick, with the big old eyeshadow, with the lashes and the hair with the little peacock swoop over your one eye. You're doing the most. Okay, so you really need to be careful about your style and how you present yourself, so that you don't hinder yourself, across the markets. Another thing Carmel's sister talks about here, she specifically said it's not about the texture of your hair or your weaves, but it's the way you style your hair. You know what I mean? You do want to bring an elegance to it. You don't want to come off as a wild child. You know what I mean? And sometimes your hairstyles come off as a wild child. And you might be saying, "Oh, I'm being Afrocentric. We in a time now that I can wear my natural hair and I should not have to straighten my hair and I should not this and I don't have to do all of that." That's cute. Cool. Do what you want to do. Nobody's stopping you. No one's criticizing you. However, be mindful that it's not about what you're selling, it's about what people want to buy. Okay? And you understand that's an analogy or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Okay. So then she talks about the fabrics of your clothing. This is specifically what I noticed when I was out to brunch today, I was looking at all women, but black women stood out to me because, they're black and, my eyes catch, brown. The quality was not where I would have liked it to be. things were looking cheap to me. So the boots were those clear, those real fake leather boots looking things that I saw today. I saw purses looking raggedy, lopsided. I saw sweaters looking like Fashion Nova and Forever 21 sweaters instead of quality material and things like that. And you have to have quality material, especially if you have a body. If you have a body, you can't put that thin, cheap stuff on a body. You have to have good undergarments that, keep them little snatched waists, undergarments, boobs up, undergarments. You have to spend some money on that stuff if you want your outfits to look good. And you have your personal style and all of that, but them cheap things, you got to leave them with the little young girl, teenager girls. And you really need to step up the quality of your clothes. That don't mean go out and spend a bunch of money, but it means you should have investment pieces and certain things that you buy for the season, because I'm gonna wear this winter and it's got to go, because it's either not going to wash good, it's not going to wear good, or it's too thin, or it's too trendy, right? So style is important, and you have to have this elegance to your style, and you need to work on that and watch the videos. I can't tell you, I watch a bunch of girls on here on YouTube that do the Ashley, what's her name? Like, if you look on my channel, and I have them favorited, there's some girls on here, some luxury girls that be, showing you stuff on sale, really nice pieces. And I'm very, very cognizant of that. So I agree with number 4 is your style, your hair, your makeup, your clothes, your accessories. Don't do the most. You know what I mean? It will really hinder you. And then also the fabric, that it's not sloppy and that it's great material. And then the brand, she says the brand is not important, and the natural makeup and the skin tones, the better. Now, look, I wear what I want to wear, but I try to keep the package, keep it as elegant as I can. And so I agree with number 4, and something that might be hindering Black women on the open dating market. Okay, and then number 5, she says weight. While there are some Black women who can pull any man, no matter her weight, she will only attract a certain caliber of man. Now, I did a video on looks matter, looks do matter, and the views shot on the views shot up. Because I think it's something a little bit taboo that we're a little bit afraid to talk about. But Black women be out here huge. Like, yo, you are too big, sis. Your face beat for the gods. You snatching you got the waist trainer, you got the Fashion Nova booty pop, Brazilian booty pop jeans, and you still 50 pounds overweight, sis. Like, you too big. Like, I don't, it's me. I mean, yeah, okay, there's a bunch of reasons why, oh, that's politically incorrect and you shouldn't say that, and people have this, and not everybody can be the same size, and da 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 da, and all the reasons in the world, what you gonna sit here and try to write in my comments around why Black women, are thick and all of this, and the Kardashians and all of this. And I'm gonna still tell you, you're too big. Like, you could beat your face all you want, but I agree with number 4. Your weight is too big and it's not appealing to these men. And it is hindering your dating opportunities. So if you're going to stay that size, stay all you want to, but it's hindering your opportunities and your health is at risk and all of that. So it's true. It's true. So I agree with her with number 5. It will hinder your dating opportunities and the caliber of men that you will attract. Again, let's go back to a topic that I was talking about at dinner. I got you guys, I had a guest in town this weekend, and we were out to dinner. Again, we were at Kith and Kin, which is the poppin' new Afro-Caribbean restaurant on the Southwest waterfront here in DC. And we were there, and we went to dinner at like, oh my God, we went to dinner at like, I think we had like we had an 8 o'clock reservation. And so we were eating, and the food was bomb. And then, but as the night went on, the blacker the crowd got. So when we got there at 8, it was like a very mixed crowd. And then by the time we were leaving at around 11 or so, the crowd in the place got blacker and blacker. So so I said, oh shoot, okay, so the Black people really start coming out at night, which we do know. Like, Black people, like, there's like a little bit of flow of the crowd. And so I was sitting with my back towards the people. He was facing outwards, and this girl came by, and when I tell you, her body was like skinny on the top and then massive on the bottom. And then she had on little jeans, booty pop jeans, and she had on a little sheer top tucked in so the belly was flat, the booty was popping. Like she looked thick and she looked good. Hair was nice, you know, everything like that. And she looked good. And I did a double take, like, well, damn, sis. Woo! And she was going to the bathroom. So I turned to my date and I said, man, if I, you know, if you weren't here, I would have got up and went straight to the bathroom and tapped her and been like, sis, you are slaying, sis. And he was like, yeah, she looked good, but he was trying to flirt. So he was like, but you know, you look better, you look better. And I'm like, I'm not in competition with that girl. Like her body is like quintessential Instagram model look. And he's like, yeah, no, she looked good, but I would not want. He's like, that's drama waiting to happen. And I'm like, why do you say that? And he's like, she just, you can tell you're gonna get up close to her and it's gonna be some baby daddy, some baby mama drama. It's gonna be some issue. And she's probably, you know, this and that. He had a whole bunch of stereotypes associated with the way she was dressed and the way her body was popping and the way she was selling, she was advertising, like the way she was walking through that restaurant. She's like, yes, I came to slay. Then she looked good, but she looked like the quintessential Instagram model. And so he was like, no, I'm not interested in that. He's like, I'm interested in the body, but not the presentation. And he essentially said that it would have been better if she was wearing something less revealing of all of her assets. And he was saying that essentially that's all she has to offer. You can tell. And I was like, wow, y'all men be thinking all of that. And he's like, yes. He's like, some of them would go after her just to just try to sleep with her. But anybody who's serious would not, you know, would not be interested in that. They want something that's more demure. And then when you get time to be in the bedroom or whatever, it's revealed as, damn, girl, you pop. Like, I knew you were popping, but you popping, you know? And so that's what he was saying. And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting, you know, because for us, we're thinking, oh, dang, that girl's body, like, it's like this and it's like that. And it looks great. But he was saying that it was doing the most for him. And so you have to be careful. There's always a difference between what you're presenting and what people are actually buying and what people are interested in. And not only what we see in the media is something that we should be emulating, but something that will attract the audience that we're really, really looking for. So that was Carmel's sister's top 5 reasons why Black women are hindered on the dating market. First, she talked about, let me see, let me jump over here. I'm going to run back down the list real quick, but first, I'm going to jump into the comments because as you guys have been so engaged in this conversation, this is bonus day 8 of the It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge where I come to you guys live 7 days in a row, taking your dating drama, your dating tea, sent into the It's Kells Collective at Gmail box and me reading it live, candid, off the dome, off the cuff reactions to you guys here live on my YouTube channel, and you getting my reactions, but not only my reactions, the reactions of all the collective folks, the collective wisdom of the It's Kells community live in the comments. If you are watching it live, you can see all the comments scrolling it in. If you're watching after this video is posted, you will only see the comments that are written underneath the video. So all the more reason for you to do what? Subscribe, put on your notifications, and like this video and any of the other videos you've seen in the It's Kells Collective playlist that you really like, so I know which videos to come back with more topics on. Okay? Okay. So let me scratch my nose because it's itching because I'm talking too doggone much. And let me jump into this comments, okay? So let me see what y'all have been rattling off. Oh, Lord. You guys have been so engaged tonight. Thank you. Thank you for showing out for my bonus video. You guys know I'm exhausted. Going live is tough, guys. My voice all hoarse and stuff. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Okay. So Done with the BS says, I'm not going to date someone who can't accept my natural hair. Sorry. Cool. Scratch. Okay, Kels, gotta disagree. Black women can wear froze and braids all they want because not all men see this as ghetto. I did not say that froze and braids were seen as ghetto. Style, class, elegance. You having you know, your hair unkempt, talking about this is my natural hair. You gotta accept it. No, they don't. You're gonna get the hoteps who want to tell you, sister, I don't want you to wear enough. No, you don't need no makeup, sis, because they want to keep you in an apartment on a bad side of town. Like, you know what I mean? And they want to, you have to balance that. You have to know, yes, this is my naturalness. This is what I look like, but you have to get it done. You can't just leave it all nappy thinking somebody with some high levels is going to want you, because they're not. So, that's something that you're just going to have to face or figure out yourself. Anyway, Antoinette Daniels, I haven't seen you here before. Hey, girl, thanks for joining in. She says, I don't think weaves appeal to black men. Honestly, they hate that look. I'm natural 365 days a year. They either rock with it or they keep moving. All right. Ijeoma Wogu says, AKA whitewash. Whitewash. So you must be talking about me saying do your hair. If me saying do your hair translates to whitewash, then yes, whitewash. Jungle of Goods, you are perfect. Okay. Done with the BS says, I've dated interracially for years with my natural hair with no problem. Okay. It's usually black men who have issues with my natural hair and wishes it were straight and permed. Okay. Done with the BS, black men like natural hair as long as it's mixed biracial natural hair. Okay. Um, Belinda Joy says, Antoinette Daniels, I agree. If a man doesn't like my style, whether he is white or black, whatever, I'm not giving up my false eyelashes for any man. Okay, Bridget Denise says, I think you should just be your best self, however that is represented. Yes, sis. It's just about being pulled together. It is just about being pulled together and having an elegance to your style. That's always going to be what my recommendation is. Like, have an elegance, have a class. And if you don't know what that means, it means quality, better quality clothing, better quality hairstyles, just better quality makeup. Just always try to be elevating or learning how to do something a little bit nicer with yourself, because style is a huge thing when you're marketing or advertising yourself on the dating market. That's all I'm saying. Um, Done with the BS says, exactly, Belinda Joy. Everything ain't for everybody. I don't like blonde men, but I wouldn't ask a man to dye his hair black to appease me. However, women are a little bit different from men because beauty is a massive thing in a woman's world and in femininity, and it is, let's just be honest, beauty is an important thing. Looks matter. So no, you wouldn't ask a man to dye his, well, if he was real gray, you might ask him to use a little just for men and, like, put a little ombre color in his hair or something, like mix up the grays with the browns and the blacks. Yes, you would. But he wouldn't have to do that, because if he's a provider and a protector and taking care of business, you don't care if his hair is gray. You know what I mean? But for a woman, it's a little slightly different case, and we just have to be honest with that. If we are in the dating world and putting ourselves out for the appeal of the opposite sex, be honest. Beauty is a big thing. And especially when it's a globalized dating market where everybody's comparing you to other types of women. You know what I mean? So, not saying European standards of beauty are better, but saying be aware that you being very stuck and rigid in your beauty regime can be a hindrance to black women on the dating market and scene. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. Um, Prince Anthony says, need to tell them to go get a turtleneck like you and stop getting them small short sleeve shirts when it's cold. Stop wearing Fashion Nova. That stuff is cheap. And when you have a body, when you have curves, you can't put that cheapness on curves. Put quality stuff on and get some really, really good investment pieces. And then, mix it up that way. But ladies, style is really, really important. Get quality pieces. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Now, Antoinette Daniel says, not everyone has style or class. Heck, money to buy nice things. It's not about money to buy nice things. You could go on sale rack. You could go on the clearance rack. You could get cheap, inexpensive things, but don't get them. Don't go to Forever 21 and get the $30 dress. Go to Macy's and get the $80 dress on clearance down to $30 so that you can get the quality, but the money's not there. Just because y'all don't know how to shop, like, you better learn how to shop. You gonna learn today. You gonna have to learn some secrets. Because if you're gonna have style in class, it doesn't mean that you have to blow your money. No, that's not what we're saying. Have sense. Don't get the trendy foolishness from Forever 21. Don't get the trendy foolishness from Wet Seal or 579 or all these places with the cheap materials that you're trying to put over a woman's body. No, go to Nordstrom's Rack. Go to Off Saks Fifth Avenue. Go to JC Penney and get the heavier material and get some good undergarments so your body is your undergarments keep your body snatched, and then you can put your little outfits over it and it will make everything look better. Good bras, go get fitted for a proper bras. Don't have your tig old bitties, one looking left, one looking right, jiggling everybody because you think you're sexy. No, it looks unkempt, and you're trying to look kept together and elegant, and that you've cared and invested in yourself so other people know what's appropriate, how it's appropriate to treat you. Okay, I'm done with that one. I'm done. Um, Lavita says, I disagree with this one. I don't think black women have more fashion hair challenges than other women. Okay. Um, don't the BS. It says, just stay fit, wear your real hair, stay healthy, live healthy, keep your teeth and skin looking right, and you're in there. Most men I know hate weave. Levita says, I even think style that used to be more common with black women is becoming more mainstream with non-black women, J-Lo, Kardashians, etc. Um, Jungle of Goods says, I love real hair, but I am all right with what my woman likes. I support her every way. Done with the BS says, I agree with the weight part, though, Kells. Fashion Nova is gonna get you, Kells. Let me tell you something. Stop wearing that BS. Stop wearing that BS. It's tacky and it's trashy and it's cheap. And when you see it under lights and airbrushing on Instagram, it looks great. But when you put that cheapness on your behind and your thighs, and you rub out the middle of those jeans with your thighs walking around here in real life, and you're laughing stock, you're gonna thank me. Stop buying that cheapness and go into a real store and get, if you can't afford it, get something on clearance. Yeah? Yes. That's your tip. If you don't hear nothing I say today, get you some nice clothes on clearance if you can't afford like the nice stuff. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm being rough today. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta be like a little bit more straightforward. We're on day 8. I don't have time to pussyfoot around these issues, guys. I thought this was a hilarious comment from Carmel Sister, and so I'm really happy to be discussing this with you guys. Okay, so Prince Anthony says, say, invest in a gym membership instead of some leggings, huh? For Christ's sakes, your thighs cannot be in them leggings. Go to the gym. You know what I mean? Belinda Joy, number 5, wrong. I am thick and my ex was worth millions. Fine as can be. A gentleman and loved me to death. I was the one that ruined it. I have men talk to me all the time. Okay. Prince says, LOL. Chrissy says, yes, black women need to focus on our weight. Antoinette says, Lavita, exactly. They all want to be like us, but never admit it. Black culture is world culture. Look around all over the globe. I agree with that. When I used to travel, everything that people admired about American culture was actually black culture. Everything that the music, the fashion, the style, even some of the food, anything that was quintessential American that other people of other cultures admire was actually black culture. Also, when you come to DC, there's a museum called the National Museum of African American History and Culture. It's the Black African American Museum. And when you go in there and you see your culture represented in a museum, there's just a pride in knowing that things that you think are normal or contemporary or that you see in your everyday house, like a hot comb or something like that, when you see it in a museum, you understand that you're a part of creating culture, and there's a pride that you get with that. So I agree with that. Black culture is American culture. American culture is black culture, and when you step out of America or when you go to that museum, you can really clearly see that reflected. And when I used to travel, I still travel, but when I traveled like to overseas, people would admire that about America, and everything pretty much they admired or emulated was rooted in black. Um, Nia Forpez says, I think the obesity issue has a lot to do with class. Okay. All right. Carmel Sister says, Belinda, you are an anomaly, not the majority. Stop fooling yourself. Nobody says you need to be rail thin. That is not what we're saying. Not rail thin. But I see some girls, they trying to like do the most with their hair and their makeup and not taking care of their health. You are 50 pounds overweight. If you're 10 pounds, 15 pounds overweight, that's thick. 50 pounds, 30 pounds, 25 pounds, you are not thick. You're too big. You need to slim down. You like, you're kind of fooling yourself. And yes, men will like you, but I don't know if you're really going to be attracting who you wish to attract when you're that fluffy. You know what I mean? Now I do see some women like I'll say fluffy because there's a Jamaican woman named Fluffy Miss Kitty. And when I tell you she's big and she got the undergarments on lock. Like her bras are perfect, her waist cinchers are perfect. She has some things that she puts on her legs that make her thighs look smooth and make the cellulite look all smooth. She has good undergarments. So if you're a bigger woman, and you like yourself super big, then cool. And your man likes you big, cool. But get proper undergarments so you can keep all that tight and right and in place. That's a very important thing for all women of all sizes, is that you wear the proper undergarments, because you don't want to be out here jiggling and shiggling and all this moving and all. Don't nobody want to see that. And you are drastically going to be limiting your dating prospects, and it's going to hinder you. You know what I mean? So, them men who be like, hey, girl, come here, girl. Let me see that ass shake, girl. Yeah, girl. That's what you're going to attract. You know what I mean? For the most part, some women have success not attracting that, but you have to just test it. What I will say is test it. Test it. Go out with your little something shaking, then, for a couple weeks. Or if you're tired of the reception that you're getting with your normal self, try some better undergarments. Try to tone down your look a little bit. Bring a little bit more simplicity and simple lines to what your personal style is, and see what your reception starts to evolve into. You don't have to take anything we say here. You do not have to take nothing. But what you can do is take the idea and test it in your world. And if you test it in your world and you see that you're getting a response that's more in line with what you're looking for, then you've struck gold. So listen and take the ideas that you like and build on them. All right? Sorry, my nose is just whenever I start talking this much. Okay, so let me see. What else are you guys saying? Oh my gosh, there's so many comments in here. I don't even know where I stayed off. Oh, here, Alamely. Okay. So Done with the BS says, I'm waiting for the day that a channel is created with a man telling black men what they need to do and change to appease us. It will never happen. Because a man, I don't know about those channels, but I know that this channel, we talk about standards, a woman's standards. And so we have a lot of men who watch this channel who actually are hearing or understanding when a woman wants to level up what she's looking for. So hopefully the men that are here chiming in, watching this channel day after day on our 7-day challenge, will say, oh, okay, now I understand what these women want. Let me change myself. So no, I don't know. We might not see a channel where where we're seeing men telling men how to change to get women, because really, who's gonna listen to another man telling another man how to be so women could get them? Men are gonna listen to women. They gonna watch this and be like, oh, that's what them sisters, them high level sisters talking about. Okay, let me get my stuff together. Let me prepare myself to be the head of a household. Let me make sure my finances and money straight. Let me make sure that I'm paying on first dates and not trying assisted. Let me make sure that I understand that, oh, these women want to, they are open to dating any caliber of man, but a certain standard must be met. Let me understand this. So I would say, Done with the BS, that these type of channels where women are talking to other women about the standards that we want when we're trying to elevate are actually more powerful for men to watch, as opposed to men watching other men tell them what they shoulda, coulda, woulda, done, did. Okay? So hopefully that helps, gives you a little bit, a different, maybe that will help, men telling men what they need to do. Chrissy G says, exaggerated pear shape is usually most attractive to black men. Exaggerated pear, so ass. If you want To have more of a universal appeal, the exaggerated pear shape is not ideal. I like hourglass. I like hourglass figure. Now, I'm a woman and I don't want to date other women, so maybe my opinion doesn't matter. But I like an hourglass figure. I think it's flattering. Like I like a little boob and a little cinched waist and then little hips. I don't mind that. But this girl in this restaurant was just, she was an Instagram model. Like you could tell. You're like, oh honey, you're selling Instagram likes. Got you. Carmos says that he's basically saying that a man or woman is only as faithful as their options. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Done with the BS. Okay. Prince Anthony says he had a point, but I don't want her wearing something that doesn't complement her curves. Absolutely, wear something that complements your curves, but don't put everything on Front Street. Like everything ain't for everybody. Like certain things you have to reserve for the man that is caring for you, for the man in your life. So you could show your curves, but the man that is providing for you should get a little something extra. I mean, is that is that wrong? You know what I mean? The same thing, like you would want your man to reserve some things for you. Don't give everything away. Everybody can see everything. And then what do you get when you get home? You know what I mean? Like you want something reserved for the man that is being the man in your life, handling business. You know what I mean? Belinda Joy, I get compliments daily from women and men about my looks. So I can attest to the fact that you can be thick and slay. The conversation was not about being thick and slaying or not being able to. Be careful now. Um, Speaking of that, Kels, I think that that might be another thing that hinders black women, all the stereotypes. Absolutely, I agree with that. Some guys automatically jump to the conclusion that many black women are aggressive, intimidating, and have baby daddy drama. Yes, they do. So certain packages, certain looks come with certain stereotypes. Particularly in the US, what I found when I was traveling is that excuse me. Oh, tea, excuse me. What I found is when you travel, those stereotypes that happen in the US are not necessarily the same stereotypes that come with you when you travel to other places. So that's another reason why I say travel, because then you can understand that being black doesn't innately tie you to these derogatory stereotypes as it does in the States. That is an American construct, an American mentality. So when you travel and you're black in whatever state you go, when you go to other places, you realize that there are other stereotypes associated with you, some positive, some negative. For me, it was mainly more positive in other places. Now, obviously, US is my home. I ain't really going nowhere. But you do. It's better. It's nice to see yourself unburdened, unencumbered by these negative stereotypes, and that's clear to see when you travel. Um, Kenny H says, he made the right observation, Kells. I generally ignore women who expose too much simply because they're usually full of drama. So Kenny is talking about the comment I made earlier in the broadcast where I said the gentleman I was with, when we saw this woman I thought was a baddie. Like she had on a mesh top, waist snatched, booty popping, hair. She looked like an Instagram model. And I was like, yo, sis is a baddie. He was like, oh yeah, she cute, but you're better. And I'm like, don't gas me. And he's like, no, I'm not gassing you. Like she's gonna be full of drama. Like dudes are gonna try to bang her, but that's really, she's gonna have drama with her. So it was essentially a stereotype, but Kenny is confirming that men kind of think this, and potentially it's based on some sort of personal experience, because I know for my date, he said, yeah, it's personal experience. You grow out of wanting that type of woman, that look, the way she was presenting herself, because she was putting too much out there. So I was like, okay, I heard it from the horse's mouth. I heard it from a man, and Kenny is co-signing on that. Kenny in the comments here is co-signing. Done with the BS says, makeup is one thing and hair is another. Nia says, in my experience, white men love the natural hair, but black men typically don't. Okay, so you have to know your audience. You are appealing to your audience. You're not selling what you want to sell and hope that, whatever market buys it. You have to dress for your target audience. If your target audience likes straight hair, straighten your hair or change your target market. It is really pretty simple. Kenny A says, some of y'all need to seriously get around better men. LOL. Okay. Location, location, location. Prince Anthony co-signs on that. They do. Nia says, it's a shame. I have long natural hair too, which is what black men often complain about. they that we allegedly all wear weaves. So, okay. FYI, men are territorial and we are used to telling women what we like, but it's your choice. You can fight patriarchy all you want. Take some of this free advice from Kells and get around better men. Well, damn, Kenny. Okay, Kenny. um, yeah, I had a gentleman. So I changed. Okay. So Carmel Sister says no Fashion Nova. And then Belinda says, okay, I'm back to your side, Kels. Absolutely. Women need to learn how to shop for quality items. Okay. So let me address Kenny's comment right quick. So I had a gentleman. So you guys know I change my hair often because I'm a creative and I like to look different. And y'all be getting bored with these YouTube videos. So sometimes I need to pop up on you with some new hair. Okay, that doesn't necessarily. It's as I said at the top of this broadcast, be very, very careful about the things that we ask Black people to do that we ask no other race to do, or the stereotypes that we have about Blackness that are rooted in a denigrated or derogatory or lesser than or inferior uh, imposed perception of Blackness. Weave is one of these things. Okay, your hair could be long down to your booty. You might want to do a protective style and you might not want to put heat on your hair every single day to style it to go to work or to go to school. So you bust a wig, you bust some braids, you put keratin on it. You braid it up and you do a ponytail and you put a little long ponytail on it. That is your prerogative. That's your prerogative. It's okay to do something different with your hair, and it's unfair for Black women to be pigeonholed as, oh, all y'all do is wear weave because y'all bald headed. When you good to know that most Black women are not bald headed. Now, whether or not you know how to care for your hair. Your real hair is a completely different story, and if you don't know how to care for it and it all picks off of your head, then that's your bad. But a lot of Black women have long hair, but it is a little bit harder to take care of in the time constraint that we have to live in this kind of capitalistic society where we're all running to work every morning and trying to juggle a million things. So sometimes Black women do protective styles on their hair. Black women are also extremely creative and beautiful and adorned goddesses. So sometimes you want to put something different on your head. That's fine. That is a part of our culture. We are not all necessarily plain Janes and always want to do the same little straight dead dog limp look on our head. You know what I mean? We like to do some different little looks, okay? So it is okay. I'm in a group and I had a girl put in a group. She's like, oh my God, the Kardashians, how do they keep their hair so thick and so long? And this girl put up 3 pictures. Do you know that every last one of the 3 pictures, these hoes was in some wigs? Excuse my language. But she put up 2 of Kim and 1 of Courtney. When you zoomed in and looked at the doggone picture, they was in some lace fronts. They were in some half wigs where the front part of their hair was out and the back part was wigs. And everybody in the comments says, hun, sis, those are wigs, boo. And because they're Caucasian or they're white women or where they're from, Armenian or mixed women, they think that they're not wearing wigs and they're not wearing weaves. Everybody you see on TV, white, black, purple, green, yellow, they got a wig on their head. It's a weave. It's a clip-in. It's a lace front. It's a half wig. It's a U part. It's a y'all throw some wigs in the thing in the comments. It's fake hair. So stop associating fake hair with only Black women. Stop assuming that Black women can't grow their hair or their hair ain't long. They are protective styles. Every woman wears them, and for you to denigrate Black women over the way they choose to style their hair is your problem and your self-defeating attitude and your self-loathing tendencies and your issue that you need to work out. Okay. 2, Black men might say they don't like weaves, but when you put your weave in and they're chasing you around the block talking about, hey girl, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Let's look at Cardi B. Cardi B got long hair. She could perm her hair and put it long down her back. But this girl stay in a wig. Why? Because you want to change your style. You want to change your look. It's okay. Stop trying to use it. Stop trying to use beauty standards or cultural norms to disrespect Black women. It's unnecessary. With that being said, keep your weave tight. Keep your hair, wherever you wear it, understand that certain hair types attract certain groups. Certain hair types push away certain groups or turn certain groups off. So if you know your target audience in terms of who you want to date, then put your hair in that style. Simple. But every person you see on TV, they have a wig in their head. Paris Hilton, Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Kylie, Chris, Coochie, KK, Karuchi, come on now, who? Tamar, Kelly, Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki, who you want to talk about? Cardi, who y'all want to talk about? Serena, who? They all wear weaves. Want to talk about white people? Them too. Pink, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears. Who white? Some what the country music singers. It's all Demi Lovato. Who y'all want to talk about? Weave, wigs, clip-ins. Don't get it twisted. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams be talking about her wigs so much, white people think they have authority to ask you about your doggone hair. I be like, don't think because you watch Wendy Williams every morning, you gonna come over here and ask me about my hair. Please, pause. On the play, you know nothing about wigs except that you can't recognize when your own people are wearing them. So please, chill on the wigs and the weaves with black women. Everybody wears them. What I would say is make sure you keep it tight, keep it redone. If you don't have the money for the maintenance, don't buy it. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to keep it looking good and fresh and clean and tight, don't buy it. Just wear your natural hair and brush down your little baby hairs and keep it rolling. Okay? I'm going to jump off my soapbox, jump back into these comments. This is going to be my last go round in the comments. We have a huge audience tonight. What's up, y'all? Wow, you guys are really here for these real reasons black women are hindered in the dating scene. If you missed the first part of this live broadcast, you're gonna have to catch the juiciness, the tea. Hold on. You're gonna have to catch the juiciness after this goes live, because we definitely had some juicy conversation at the beginning part of this bonus day of the It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge, where I go live with your dating comments, dating drama, dating tea, my candid feedback, but not only my candid feedback, the feedback of the It's Kells Collective, which are all these people right here on the live chiming in. You got some smart comments in this collective, these people. There's who more lit than the It's Kells Collective? I'll wait. Exactly. Look in the comments. You are going to see some just intellectual, deep conversation about dating issues that are pertinent to our everyday lives. And today we're talking about what hinders black women. I'm going to go through these comments one more time and then I'm going to jump for the night. But what I need you guys to do is smash that like button. Help me get noticed in this big world of YouTube. Subscribe and put your notifications on so you know when I go live, so you don't be missing it. Because when you are on here live, you can see all the comments coming through. But when you're not on here live, you only see the comments that are placed after the video goes live. So then you miss most of the conversation, but you get to see my pretty face. I mean, you get to hear me rant on and ramble on. Comments be like, that girl, it's Kells, you're pretty, but you talk too much. You ramble too much. You need to get to the point. And by the way, your point that you made on minute 36 of your video didn't make no sense, because I think that black women need to lower their standards, and they doing the most, and they gotta this is what my trolls be talking about in my comments, guys. Like, I'm just like, but you watch my video to 36 minutes though. Good looking out. You could stay. Let me go back to the comments one more again, and then we'll cut for tonight. Bonus day of the It's Kells Collective. We got a whole bunch of people in here tonight. Announce yourself. Please let me know you're in the comments and I'll shout you out. Even if you don't have much to say, just say, hey Kells, I'm here from London. Or wherever you're from. All right, let me scroll back up just a little bit. Oh, wow, somebody lost 100 pounds. Okay. Prince the Kid says, hold on. Junior Joseph says, Junior Joseph. Okay. Do I know you? Junior Joseph says, for black women looking for great men, just remember, keep your dressing classy, simple, and please smile and look happy. It's inviting. That's just sexy. Okay. I hate it when you trying to get where you're going and some man talk about, can you smile? Can you show them teeth? Can you this? I'm like, bruh, can you show me, what your wallet do? Over here telling me to smile. Move. Get away from me. You don't have authority, dominion, domain over this face. One of y'all just pissed me off the street. Now you over here telling me smile. You better give me a reason to smile. Okay, jokes. I do like when women look pleasant. Like I'm not. I agree. Jokes. We joke here on the Is Kells channel. Chill. This thing I said this the other day. This ain't politically correct. This is Kells. Okay, so Prince Anthony says, yeah, weight is what matters the most, but you will need to be more versatile in what you wear. Everything can't be showing a lot of skin, especially when you thickums, when you fluffy, okay? Disagree. Belinda Joy says, I'm thick all over. Nothing is bigger than any other part, and that is what men like on me. Okay, so you're proportioned. Cool. Carmel Sister says Planet Fitness is about $10-$25. That's cheaper than a bundle of Brazilian hair. Sis, please let them know. Also, I'll say this about fitness. It is 80% food, 20% working out. So you could work out until you blue in the face. If you eating them carbs, and them all of that what people be eating, you're not gonna see any big changes in your body. So another thing about weight is that it shows what you actually put into your body, and how you care for yourself in that way. So it'll show like if you just too big, they're gonna be like, oh, you don't be eating properly, and then it is another indication of class and things like that. So anyway, all right, so let's go. Um, Kumja Joy says, wait, I lost 100 pounds and men still not checking for me. Okay, so do you have another 100 to lose? Or are you still walking around with a big girl mentality with your head hung low, looking like you have like somebody killed your dog? Maybe you need to, learn how to be like, I am slaying for the gods. Do you hear me? And I am going to dress in clothes that are appropriate. I am going to hold my head up high. You are not going to treat me any kind of way because I love myself. So you going to have to love me or you're going to keep it moving. Sometimes it's not only about the physical. Let me say this. It is never only about the physical. It is always about the internal as well. So if you've lost 100 pounds and people still not checking for you, and you don't have another 100 pounds to lose, then it's going to be a little bit more about your internal work that you need to do. Think about that. Almondy says, learning a new language is great, but cultivation is key if Black women want to be seen as option to other races of men. I have no idea what you mean by cultivation. Belinda says, all I can say is I have a beautiful face. Okay, Belinda, y'all still talking about Belinda weight? Oh my God. Okay, we're moving past that. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Carmel Sister says, there's a difference between being thick and being obese. Belinda Joy says, I'm thick and obese. Okay, guys, I'm not reading no more of them comments. Kuma Joy says, African men don't like big girls. Maybe American guys like big girls. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Thug, you don't have to chill on these profanities in my comments. Thanks, sir, very much. He says he loves Black women who go natural. I love afros, dreads, braids, straight hair, and curly. Okay. Adaku75. Black women are asked to jump through hoops and have very different expectations from other women. We have to shut that down. So Adaku, I don't know if you were here earlier in the broadcast, but I was saying that same thing. Be careful of the expectations that we put on Black women, Black people, I actually said Black people, that we don't put on any other races or cultures of people. For one, Black women need to date outside of their race, but we don't tell white women that. We don't tell Latinas that. We don't tell Asian women that. Why do we tell Black women that? So yes, we understand the reasons for expanding our horizons, but we also need to be careful about the hoops that we're imposing on ourselves that no other human are asked to do as well. So be careful about that. That's all I'm saying. Brooklyn says, hey ladies, I think it's more about what you eat. You can't work out a bad diet. Can't outwork a bad diet. Abs are made in the kitchen. Not that everybody wants abs, but your food is, your nutrition is that took it took me a really long time to understand that nutrition was actually the bigger thing in keeping your body within a reasonable window, or what is it, weight, scale. um all right, let me see. What else are you guys saying? We're one last time through the comments, and then we're going to call it a night. We're at an hour and a half for our bonus video on the It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge. This is bonus day. This is day 8. 8. We lit, okay? This is day 8. Let me see. All right. So Aduku says, Black men are the only group of men who are so shiftless that they have time to critique our hair. Um, they were we okay. That's your opinion. I said earlier in this video, be very, very careful. Um, you know, just be careful about how we speak about blackness, because there are a lot of derogatory things that are spoken and that are told to us directly or indirectly about blackness that aren't necessarily true. What I would say is that keep your hair looking good, and make sure your hairstyle, your personal style, your fitness level, your body shape appeals to the audience that you want to attract. Do not put a fluffy body thinking you're going to attract, whatever group of guy, when you know that group of guy likes skinny bodies. When you know that group of guy likes curly hair, not straight. When you know that group of guys likes afros and dreadlocks instead of weaves. So just understand who your target audience is when you're dating, and you won't have a big hindrance, right? Okay, so what else are you guys saying? You guys are going hand today. Wow. Yeah, Adeku, you'll be able to see the beginning part of this broadcast if you watch it after it goes live. But we had a really, really good conversation about being careful about how we speak about blackness, and the tips that are given to black people that they aren't given to any other group. That kind of microaggression, or kind of passive aggressively can be open to date outside of their race. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm touching my lips a lot tonight because my lips feel dry. Um, with that being said, I would say that black women should be open to dating outside of their race, but understand that when you're dating, by the nature of dating, it takes two people. So if you're in a part of the country where no other races are checking for you, or you haven't presented yourself in a way that is appealing to other races, you might not have that opportunity to date outside of your race. So that advice might be falling on deaf ears, right? So, okay. Loner X, you're gonna have to go back and watch this broadcast. We're already at 96 minutes, and we talked about 5 things that hinder black women, according to Carmel's sister, who is in the comments tonight. She's in the feed tonight, and I went through each of her 5 different reasons why black women are hindered, and I gave my opinion as well. And then everybody here in the chat, they've been giving their opinions as well. So we've had a real, real lively discussion, and we had a bunch of people here on the live. I'm about to jump, guys. It's late. It's Sunday. We've been on for like over an hour and a half, but this is our bonus It's Kells Collective 7-day challenge. This is day 8. This is day 8. So we have been going live 8 days in a row, and I think that you guys are really feeling this conversation, and it's been an honor to help facilitate this conversation, and for you guys to be putting in some comments that are super dope, super intellectual, and really having discussions that open up the collective consciousness and showcase the collective wisdom of the It's Kells community. You guys are lit. You guys are lit. All right, last look. Kenny H. Kenny, you've been dropping gems tonight, boy. Thank you for joining. I haven't seen you in the last couple of our Dewan, do you have another 100 pounds to go to lose? Straight savage. I mean, you have to be realistic. I told you guys, this is not politically correct challenge. This is Kells. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. So let me see what Kenny H has been saying, because he's been dropping gems. He says, great point about building and protecting. Black manhood is in the process of rebuilding itself. I agree. I agree. And one of the things on this channel where I talk about standards for black women, and if you guys haven't seen my video that I talked about black women standards, the most recent one in this round of the 7-day challenge, where I talk about generationally how black women have been asked to, or black relationships and families have been, it's been kind of like, well, I'm just glad he comes home at night. or I'm just glad, I'm just, everything is about the least, never the most, never the greatest, never the best. It's always like, well, at least he don't beat me up. Well, at least he pay his child support. Well, at least he got a job. Well, at least I know where he be at. Where at least uh, I'm over with the least. I'm done with the least. So as Kenny says, if black men are rebuilding their manhood, then black women, you have to be clear about your standards and what you will and what you won't take. And yes, people will tell you your standards are too high, you're doing the most, your expectations are too high. And yes, that might be true. And if you believe that, then it's true. But if you don't believe that, then it's not true for you. So that might mean that you have to change your circles, change your tastes, change where you're hanging out, change the way you dress, change the way that you speak. You might have to change a bunch of things. But if you're clear on the standard of man that you want in your life, you do what is necessary to get that standard of man. Or you do like past generations, not all, but some. You do like past generations and take the least. Well, at least he come home. At least I know where he be at. Well, at least he got a job. I mean, he work up at Rent a Center, so I mean, at least well, at least my child knows who their daddy is. Well, at least he's not on crack, so he just drink a little bit too much. Give a brother a chance. Can you, well, y'all, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it, but if that's not the standard if you're no longer interested in that standard, then it's okay to elevate as well. So I got a bunch of videos on this channel having that conversation. So Kenny, that's a good point. Black men are in the midst of rebuilding their manhood, and maybe you could write into me so we can talk a little bit about that, because I think that is an interesting point and I would love to understand what you mean by that a little bit better. But I cannot stay on this channel for much. Guys, it's 100 minutes. Oh my God, I gotta get out of here. Okay. And y'all gotta get prepared. It's Sunday night, like, and we're in Christmas season as well. Wow, you guys are super lit tonight. Okay, let me see. Brooklyn says, I always say to women, do what makes you happy. Weaves, braids, bald, whatever. You come first before anyone else. I agree. Loner says, laughing my ass off. Sunday night, fight night. I can't wait to watch this. Aduku says, Kenny H, have you seen the gender war on YouTube or see all of the black women who can't find someone to be a committed, stable relationship with? I think that about that, and that's the last comment I'm going to take before I jump, and this is the last thing that I'll address. I think that YouTube can be very toxic at times, which is why I police my comments very keenly. This is a space for constructive conversation, and this is very much a dictatorship, and it is not a democracy. And if you are here talking a whole bunch of foolishness that I don't like, not necessarily, I don't have to agree with everything you say, but if you are here talking about a whole bunch of foolishness that I don't like, you will not be seeing your comments on this channel. You will not even be able to find this channel on YouTube. And so I do see that there are a whole bunch of gender wars conversations that are happening, but I'm not necessarily interested in partaking in that. I'm interested in having these conversations with you guys because you guys are an awesome, awesome group. And you guys actually, keep the conversation constructive, deep, but you don't have to tear each other down. So Kenny H, I would be really interested in hearing more about black malehood rebuilding, and what you feel about that. And Aduku, you said that black women not finding the right men. I think there's certain key things that black women should be maybe changing their tastes about that will help them find the right men. My voice is going hoarse. That is going to be the last of me speaking to you guys tonight. Guys, this is the bonus video of the 7-Day Collective. This is day 8. I need you to like this video. I need you to subscribe to my channel, and I need you to put your notifications on so you know when I go back live. If we can get this video to 100 likes in the next 2 weeks, I will be back with another challenge. It might not be a 7-day challenge because we've already done 2 rounds of the 7-day challenge. So you guys might be tired of the 7-day challenge. But if we get this video to 100 likes, this here video, I will come back with another challenge where I will go live for you guys. I do these videos so you know you're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy dating world. Good looking out. This has been an amazing, amazing round 2 of the 7-day challenge. It's Kells Collective community is litty lit, beyond lit. Good night, guys. I appreciate it. Get this video to 100 likes, and I will be back with another challenge. And please keep in mind that It's Kells Collective at Gmail box will remain open for however long. So if you want to tell me anything, if you want to give me some constructive criticism or feedback on what we've been doing here with the 7-day challenge, talking about dating drama, dating tea, dating tips, Black women leveling up, Black women real hindrances in the open market of dating, interracial dating, coworkers, pervert coworkers, anything like that, and you want to see this conversation continue, bring some visibility to the channel, give it a subscribe, give it a like, turn your notifications on, and email me directly and let me know what you guys are saying. Carmel sister, good looking out. Tonight's conversation was all because of your comment. Thank you, girl, for keeping my trolls in check in my comments on my videos with some intellectual conversation and schooling these fools, okay? Yes, girl. Yes, sis. All right, guys. Bye.